Mayor, the mics are on.
Very good. If I can ask everyone to mute their phones, please. See if I can do the same. All right, everybody turn their mics on. Everybody ready? All right, welcome to our Tuesday, January the 13th, Beach Mountain Council meeting. I need a motion to call this meeting to order, please.
Motion.
Second.
I always like starting the meeting off with something positive, and I received a call yesterday from Tom Tillis from Senator Budd's office, and Beach Mountain was awarded another $3.8 million. So big accomplishment for all the staff that have made this happen, but it's also a lot of work behind the scenes trying to squeeze juice out of the turnip. So that's positive news, and then Chief Pudney will go in his manager's report. He'll go into detail where the money came from and what it's going to be spent on. I need a motion to adopt the agenda.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Very good. Councilman Villanova,
Yes.
invocation, please.
Sure. Happy New Year to everyone. We got through 2025 and it was a good year. We're recovering and we look forward to 2026. Today's Bible verse is Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you a future and a hope. If everyone would bow your heads, please. Heavenly Father, we thank you for having your hand on Beach Mountain throughout 2025 as we were recovering from Helene. We thank you for your faithfulness, and as we start a new year, we look forward to everything that you have planned for us, which will make us better and stronger than before. We pray that you will continue to be with all our residents, especially those that are having health issues. Be with our mayor, vice mayor, this town council, our town manager, all of the town employees. May God bless Beach Mountain and God bless the USA. Amen.
Amen. That was a nice prayer. Pledge of allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You know, I said I like starting the meeting off with some positive news, and I did leave one thing out. I received a phone call several weeks ago from a lady and said that we could probably improve our participation if we serve pizza. I had to think about that for a second because that's a new one. So I want to thank Carolyn Anderson for making a suggestion like that, and sometimes this council does listen, so I think that's a great idea. And if that doesn't work, I mentioned that maybe we could have margaritas and nachos, and that may help increase participation a little bit. Okay, this time I'm going to turn the meeting over to our town manager for selection of mayor.
All right, good afternoon. This is a time where the town council selects the mayor, and I'll accept nominations for mayor.
Widener Abernathy.
Is there a second to that?
Second.
Is there any other nominations? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Mayor, congratulations.
Thank you.
Wait a second.
Too late. It's recorded.
Well, I was on the fence whether I was going to ask either Stanford or Art to support me on this because I knew both of them that was a slippery slope.
Well, Stanford will always be the people's mayor.
That's right. He had the most votes.
Yeah, he had the most votes.
I'll save that for my comment.
Yeah.
We are going to have a recount. Okay, very good. I appreciate y'all's support. Thank you for believing in me. Last week I attended my first mayor's meeting. It was interesting. They asked me, they said, "You're pretty quiet. Do you speak?" And I said, "Yeah, let me just kind of get caught up to speed and figure out how these meetings work, etc." We've got this was a Zoom meeting, and we have a in-person meeting in Pinehurst in about 3 weeks. There'll be about 120 mayors that will participate there. And Beach Mountain's never done this, and I don't know who volunteered me, but I was nominated to be on the board of directors for the North Carolina Mayors. So I think that's pretty cool that Beach Mountain has never been a part of this association, and we'll attend some of these meetings and see if it brings value to the table and what kind of networking it brings. They do bring in a lot of high-powered speakers from North Carolina and our federal officials. So, we'll try it and see where it goes. All right, and next we need to nominate our vice mayor, and I make the nomination for Kelly Mullane. And I need a second.
Second.
Any other nominations? All in favor?
Aye.
All right,
Thank you
there
very
you
much.
go, vice mayor.
Abstain.
Congratulations.
We try to have guest speakers come in, folks that are dignitaries within Watauga and Avery County. And Jimmy McCarty called me a few weeks ago and asked if I would have the Avery president come speak to us for just a few minutes. And so, Jimmy, would you introduce our guest, please?
Yeah, absolutely. This is Victoria Bowman. She's the president of the Avery Chamber. She's rebranding it now, and it's really exciting. Fresh blood in there, and we're excited to have her. And definitely keep her limited on time. She can talk a lot. I know she's a wealth of knowledge and doing a great job.
Very good. Victoria, you like to say a few words?
Yeah, thank you. Hi, thank you so much for having me, Victoria Bowman. So I was on the board of the Avery Chamber for about 3.5 years. We are transplant plants from Florida, Clearwater, but my husband went to App State, so this has been our happy place. And actually, Beach Mountain is even happier. I've been coming up here since I was in 3rd grade, and I told Fred the last time we did a visit, my elementary school gifted teacher used to work at his toy store when that was the toy store, and I remember coming up here for years on end with that. So lots of really, really happy memories here too. So we relocated about 4 years ago. Fast forward, here I am. So I started at August 1st, and a big piece of my task was to breathe some life into the Avery Chamber. Nothing was wrong, but it definitely had gotten a little bit stale in our approach, and especially serving our business community and really making sure that there was ROI-driven activity at the core of everything that we're doing. So very, very exciting. As Jimmy mentioned, we just went through a brand new brand refresh that we launched on New Year's Eve when the ball dropped, our new brand dropped. Super, super excited. So you're going to see some really fun things come out of our office, but the main thing I think Beach is interested in is the partnership that we had on the Mile High Kite Festival. So if you were around Labor Day weekend, it was pretty phenomenal. We kept our expectations really low because we know that over the course of the past couple of years, that festival had been dying a little bit. And with the help of Jimmy and definitely Kate and Armando and a couple other really stable folks up here, we were able to produce a fairly successful event. We had over 800 attendees on that one day. So going from about 125 to 800, feeling pretty good about that. And honestly, that was probably like a C-level effort because I had just started like 3 weeks before then. So we're really excited. We are moving it to the different shoulder season for you guys. So it's going to be on Memorial Day weekend this year on that Saturday, especially since Oz is coming back, when we talked about a revenue generation and just kind of trying to give you guys some momentum coming off that shoulder season. It made a little more sense to bring it up here in May. All the businesses liked that a little bit more, and the TDA, since they helped fund it, likes that a lot. So we're going to go how they would like it. Not a problem for us. So that's going to be on Saturday, May the 23rd. So that has actually already been a part of my partnership sell kit. I went to market in December to revamp our partnerships with our local businesses with the Chamber. So Mile High Kite Festival sponsorship was a part of that selection. There's already a lot of really good buzz on it too. People are really excited. So I think you'll see us, we're gonna take baby steps. Not trying to turn it into another woolly worm. We're going to keep its own identity here. But really looking forward to partnering with the town from an infrastructure standpoint, because as we grow, we obviously need some more resources, emergency management, parking, trail, all of that. So we'll get to that. We're just jumping into our planning, about to release our media and our public relations marketing plan on that really in like the next 2 weeks. So lots of fun stuff coming out. Please come down, come visit. Our office is very welcoming. We always have snacks. We don't always have pizza, but yeah, we'd love to meet you and get to know you. My office is always open, and we're just really excited to take care of our small business community. So I appreciate it. Is that okay? I'm
Welcome
sorry.
aboard.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
All right. And you can take off whenever you
Perfect.
like.
I'm going to dance.
Okay.
We also work at these cracks.
And Jimmy, you as well. I'd like to thank Brick Oven and Jimmy Accardi and his family's hospitality for providing the pizzas today. Okay, public comment. This is a time for the public to address their elected officials on issues not on the agenda. The town council is interested in hearing concerns. However, speakers should not expect council action or deliberation on the items brought forth during public comment. Ms. Anderson, if you'll state your name and address, please, for the record.
I can do that. Thanks for the pizza. I think it was really a hit. We might want to go to the multiple choices next time so we don't feel like you're stuck in a rut. I'm Carolyn Anderson. I live at 100 Skiway Circle with my family, who some of them are here as well. Amy teaches at Lees McRae College. My husband is a retired college professor. I'm a retired nonprofit organization director in Florida. We are all Florida crackers transplanted to North Carolina. We've been coming here part-time since 1990, full-time since 2016. And I just want to say thank you for all the hard work that you have done in helping us recover from Helene. And I know we have a lot to do, but we're making progress. And I want to be an encourager to help us get this mountain back in shape. And I will look for places where I can plug in to give you my thoughts that are not here in this meeting. I also want to say thank you for all the help we are receiving to address the sewer and water problems on the mountain. And we are thankful that the Skiway neighborhood, which includes Christie Way, Skiway Lane, Skiway Road, and Skiway Circle, are getting to be the first in line, I think, for this project. And it takes a lot of patience because the equipment is huge. The road is totally ripped up with holes everywhere, but we're going to make it. So I just wanted to say thank you for those two things. But most of all, I talked with a neighbor last week about our overwhelming water overflow problem. And he assures me that he has been with the town and has addressed the problem, and we are excited to know that we have your attention for that serious problem. But I do want to request that we set up a meeting for everyone in that neighborhood so we can see the plans and ask questions if we have those.
Thank you.
Thank you. Those are kind words. Would you like to speak for a few more minutes?
I can.
Thank you. Eva Jones.
Thank you for letting me have this time. I'm Eva Jones. I live on Skiway Road before Carol and the rest of Kick Turn, Wedling Way, everyone in this area, okay? Our biggest problem is, yes, storm water problems. Unfortunately, with all the asphalt that we have had in here, in this area, which is supposed to be our new village cluster kind of concept, which I attended when we had the meetings and the research on it, I would really like someone on the board to take an initiative to really get a stormwater engineer. But not only just for Seaway. I've gotten so many other residents on this mountain that are just absolutely frustrated, angry, replacing driveways, replacing their culverts under their driveways, gravel being replaced constantly. I have gone through 5 storms up here since 2009. 5 storms. And because I'm on Skiway, it comes down in our area, taking a lot of Skiway Circle out, coming down to the ski lake area, and from there, wiping out the ski slope in my backyard. Now I've worked with my Eggers, I've paid him money, I've worked with the ski resort, we've gotten it as best as we possibly can. But right now, one thing I've been told is that we don't care where the stormwater goes. Well, that's not the answer I'm looking for. That's not what I'm asking for. I'm asking for some sort of constructive, engineered process of eliminating this stormwater runoff. Now, it's not just us up here with all the asphalt that pulls all that water to Ski Lake and then totally floods us out, along with the ski resort. Can we not, as a community and as a board, work together with the ski resort and with all the community members here on the mountain that have problems with their water coming down and wiping them out? Something has to be done. I've been here since 1971. I've watched the mountain grow and become phenomenal. I mean, what we had during Helene was just absolutely a dream. Everybody came together, we all worked together, we all went out and chopped trees and tried to help, and I mean, the fire department was absolutely phenomenal in taking the wires and everything else. And we found ways of feeding people. Jimmy here, and his open catering area. Fred. We had people that came in here from all over the United States to help out also. Now, as a community, in 2026, I really want to solve our problems. I don't want to fix it 5 times, only to go now for the 6th time to fix all these runoffs. I mean, that's a lot of taxpayer money that we're spending, but not coming up with a real solution of that heavy water waste going down the mountain. So I ask, with Alan, thank you for saying, God, please have your hand on us here on Beach Mountain so we can solve these problems. And it is an infrastructure problem. And we ask again, please. The last time I went to an open meeting was when Jimmy was still on board. I haven't gone to another open meeting yet. We can come up here and talk. We can tell you what our concerns are, okay? I have received it. Bob has been most influential in answering my questions, okay? And he has been a great, phenomenal town manager. And I asked the board too to participate. Wendell and Renee had Saturday meetings at Fred's every weekend. And people actually showed up and asked questions and were given answers. We had town open meetings with them there too. Jimmy, thank you for your talent, for your efforts. Now I ask the board that is here, please open up and give us answers community-wise, not individually-wise. Because we keep coming up up here and saying, okay, I'm here, but what am I accomplishing? Nothing, except saying please. And I'll even get down on my knees to say please at this point, because this community is great. I go out every weekend and pick up garbage around this town because I believe the beautification of this town. So please, everybody does their job. Please do yours and help us with the storm water and help us become the community that we really are. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Need a motion to accept the consent agenda.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? You guys have any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That passes. All right, item 10.1, old business, board and committee appointments. Need a motion to open this up for appointments, please.
Motion.
Second.
All right, Alan?
Yes. I would like to nominate Brian Corian to the TDA.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Brian? Welcome.
Sorry, Brian. Yeah, I'd like to nominate Rick Whitlock for a position on the TDA.
I need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, Rick. All right.
He's not here.
I would like to reappoint Donald Carringer to the TDA board.
I need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, takes care of the appointments.
Easy.
Chief, the public hearing on proposed solid waste, we're going to postpone this, or we're going to cancel this?
Well, no, in my note to you, we have a public hearing for the solid waste amendment, and it's been continued 3 months in a row. I don't have anything to have a public hearing on. We've been unable to reach agreement, even in a draft form with Republic. Got a meeting next week to go over that. So what I'd like to do is have you cancel the public hearing, and at such time we have a document for the public to review, we'll advertise and have a new public hearing. It seems ridiculous to keep putting it off. So-
Is there a stalemate with Republic?
Yes.
Yes.
So they're only on a 1-year contract from January 1, or is it from July 1?
No, it's a 5-year franchise agreement. And we're in the last year of the extension. If you recall, the council asked us to add some teeth to the franchise. The town attorney and I did, and they've sent it back and pretty much redlined everything you wanted us to put in. And so we're in the stage of arguing, and it seems ridiculous to continue a public hearing when we don't have a document for the public to review. So I think my recommendation is you cancel the public hearing, and we'll re-advertise properly when such time we have a document for the public to review.
So I need a motion to cancel the public hearing.
Motion.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, new business, stormwater plan, phase 1. I need a motion to review this.
Motion.
Second.
Chief Button, will you go into discussion with this, please?
Yes, this is phase 1, and I promise I didn't pay Eva to come up and talk
Yeah, I
about
was
it.
gonna say, Eva, listen up.
As you recall, you selected Withers Ravenel as the stormwater utility engineer in December. And then you asked us then to bring you the next phase. So this is phase 1 of a process of creating our stormwater utility. Unfortunately, we don't have a utility to pay for this, so this will come out of the general fund as I've outlined in my memo to you. This is phase one, and it's going to do two things. It's going to start the assessment process of what do we have, where it exists, where are the problems, and that's important. More important to me is phase two is we've asked them to come up with a funding mechanism, not only on the utility, but more importantly on grants and dollars, federal dollars that may be available. So in this phase, it's a $30,000 fee. We have to pay for this out of general fund because we haven't established a utility. This will get us started in going through the stormwater comprehensive plan and analysis, and eventually create the utility, hopefully, and begin funding that process as we move forward.
What's the status of the utility fund that we were going to establish for this cost?
This is the first phase of putting that together. We have not established the utility, and we haven't established a rate, a tax rate. This will go into first identifying how many parcels, what type of parcels, impervious areas, things that the state statute requires us to do to establish the utility. If you recall, when we originally started talking about this, is about a 2-year process to actually create a stormwater utility and make it through all the state statute issues and legally have something that you can tax on.
And then does the state, once we establish that rate and whatever the guidelines are, does the state have to approve it?
They don't have to approve your rate. They have to approve the utility. And so in the methodology that the utility was designed is what Withers and Ravenel have the expertise to do. So it has to meet the state guidelines, but you're free to set the rate, as if I understand it correctly.
Yeah.
We're not there yet.
Okay.
This is the first step, and it'll cost us out of the general fund $30,000. We will not be able to. I was asked, can we recoup that if and when we create the utility? We cannot. There'll be a demarcation date, and anything that's done before that is on the general fund, and anything that happens after that date, that demarcation date, will be eligible to be paid for out of the utility. If that answers your question, I need to make some changes to the agreement per the town attorney, unless someone's got some questions for me. So if you turn to page 50 in your agenda, section 4, the town attorney would like you to strike that entire section. That's waiver of consequential damages. The town we do not agree to limit our damages to $50,000. And then on page 51, section 20, the town attorney asked that we strike that section in its entirety. It's titled Dispute Resolution and Arbitration. The town does not agree to, as a municipal government, for arbitration, so that we would strike both of those sections. I've communicated this to Withers Ravenel, and the final agreement that we'll have the mayor sign will have those changes in it. But
They've agreed to those changes.
Yeah, but what you see here tonight, I need to make sure those two things are removed. So any motion that hopefully you make to approve this expenditure in this contract will have those two sections removed from the agreement.
So if we approve this, we need to make a motion to remove item 4 and 20.
I would like you to do that, include that in the motion.
Okay. What does it mean by the liability of limited to $50,000? Is that going to change? Will that number increase?
No, that whole section goes away. There will be no limitation of liability.
Okay. You guys have any questions?
So does the funding come out of the current budget or the budget moving forward?
No, it will come out of the current budget we're in now.
Okay.
And quite frankly, if you approve this today, we'll execute the contract today or tomorrow, and the expenditure will be in the next 30 days.
Okay.
So we need a motion to strike item 4 and item 20.
Motion.
Second?
Any discussion? And then we'll need a vote to accept the stormwater phase 1 plan. You guys all in favor of that?
Yes, Pete.
All right, we need to vote, please.
Motion?
Second.
Oh,
You do a motion second on again, okay.
I thought we were just gonna go straight to vote since we're ready to do the motion. Anyhow, you guys in favor of this?
yes.
Okay, I don't know if I did that right.
No, you had me
Unanimous.
Okay.
Talk to circle there,
And
buddy.
that's why I'm gonna have the new mayor sign that contract.
Just use a good pen, Stanford.
Nope, it's not me, it's you.
Okay, Chief, you're up. Town manager and staff reports.
Well, before I go into my report, if you would just, are there any questions on the financial report? It's on starts on page 59. Pretty self-explanatory. We've gotten substantial ad valorem taxes in. That's beginning to come in. We're at 42% of our benchmark. Our revenues are at 42%, which is, that will increase substantially as we move forward. More importantly, the expenditures in the general fund are at 38%. So if there's no questions on the finances. All right, let me get started here. Our town clerk, Emily Haynes, is out on maternity leave. She had a beautiful baby boy, and she's enjoying moving into a new house and raising two boys now. Kelsey Wise will be our interim clerk until Emily returns, so I didn't get a chance to introduce Kelsey tonight.
Nice meeting you.
And Kelsey's put the agenda together, got everything taken care of. She'll handle the minutes, and Emily's on speed dial. Thank you, Kelsey. Let's talk about holiday traffic counts. As you know, the TDA has funded some state-of-the-art traffic counters, one at the beginning of the mountain and one just past the resort. The Christmas week, we counted 43,000 cars in that 6-day period. And then as we moved into the next week, which was the New Year's, we counted 57,000 cars past Town Hall. So if you just think about that for a minute and you assume that each car that came in left, so you divide that number in two, and then you assume that there were 2 people per car, we had plus 40,000 people in our town for a 6-day period in Beach Mountain on a 2-lane road. We know pretty much how many went to the resort, how many went past the resort. Talked to Mr. Davis about the impact to our water and sewer utility was substantial. We've gone through a lot of water. We process a lot of sewage. Sledding Hill was like ants. On the sledding hill, it was well attended. We were able to get snow there for both of the holiday weeks. Our parking lot was full, and we even had people sledding on the old sledding hill dangerously. We had to park a tow truck there. I'm not sure that was the best decision. But Parks and Rec has installed 2 very nice split rail fences on the old sledding hill to sort of slow down the illegal sledding. So. The visitor center counted 1,918 people actually came in the door and asked questions and got pamphlets, and they handled well over 3,000 phone calls in that short holiday period. Our police responded to about 1,500 calls for service, which was a 12% increase over the same period last year. The resort traffic handling was much improved. The resort had better parking attention, as well as our police were deployed not only to the resort entrance but to the overflow parking. We tried to intercept ski traffic before it got down to the bottleneck and had to turn around. So the resort has done a phenomenal job of better parking. The access for the fire department has been perfect, and we were able to limit the traffic impact down at the entrance to the resort. So with record crowds. So hats off to the resort. And the police department for managing that as best we can.
And no snow.
Well, we didn't have a snowstorm, but we had plenty of snow. So I thought we weathered that well. We have MLK weekend this weekend. We've got a storm coming in on Thursday. It looks like the weekend, I don't know how the weather looks for you, but it looks like for the rest of January it's going to be rather cold and wintry. So this weekend will be difficult. We'll probably see record crowds again, and we'll manage those in the same manner we did the last 2 and hopefully get through that well. We are towing illegally parked vehicles, abandoned vehicles. We have signs that say no roadside parking. We actually have people parked by the sign. They got towed to the impound lot. We're managing it as best we can. If you would just think about the impact of 57,000 vehicles in a 6-day period on our roadways, that's very difficult to manage.
And how many parking spaces do we have?
Yeah, a little under 2,000.
Exactly.
FEMA update. The process basically stalled during the holidays. Not sure why. The disaster recovery should continue, but for some reason it didn't. I do want to just briefly put our dashboard up again for you and the public. It needs to be updated. As the mayor indicated, we got another $3.8 million approved from FEMA coming to us probably in the next 30 to 60 days. So the bottom line is that we've received and been obligated about $13.2 million for Helene, and we have spent $15 million, and so we've got about a $1.8 million shortfall. And we intend to make that up with reimbursements that haven't been obligated from FEMA, but that's where we stand pretty much today. That $1.8 million, none of that has come out of the general fund. All of it is being used and paid for out of our cash flow loan program that we've talked about months ago. We've got money from the state treasurer. We've got money from Department of Environmental Quality and Control. We had about $15 million of cash flow loans, 0 interest. And that's what we have used to fund the repairs and the processes that we are today. But we're about 1.3 short so far. I intend, obviously, to continue with the FEMA process. We have some major projects that have not been haven't been bid. They have not been funded, and that's, for instance, Charter Hills, Buckeye Lake Road, the crossing. Those are some major projects that are on the horizon. The good news is, and I think I reported this last month, but I want to say it again, Buckeye Lake's been returned to its pre-Helene capacity. We did remove the water restrictions on December 5th. And our bypass pumping, all the material is here. We just had a meeting today about getting it connected and getting it operational. So as we go forward and the weather cooperates, we'll have that done. The Cherry Gap site is almost complete. We've relocated all the material from Buckeye Lake to Cherry Gap, constructed most of the road with that material, and now we're back into the back 40, making the pad where we're going to put the remaining materials. Our roads, culverts, and ditches have been completed, and we're working on the punch list. That was the 72 culverts, 62 roads, and I don't know how many miles of ditches that got taken care of. So that's been done. That will improve dramatically our stormwater handling. Some of those culverts were 40 years old. All culverts were replaced with plastic, HDPE I think they call it, and upsized. So in the engineering that was done with that. So that was a major accomplishment. Our paving for the year has been completed. We were able to get the paver here last week during the warm spell. Knocked out almost all of the patching that needed to be done. We still have a few road crossings to do. I didn't expect the weather, and we were able to jump on that right away. So a lot of that has been improved. Charter Hills, a sewer relocation is underway, and weather permitting, we'll get that done. Met with the engineer today. We really won't see Charter Hills work until late in the summer of 26. Got to finish the engineering. FEMA has to approve it. Then we've got to go to bid. So the earliest we'll see something is in the late 26. Lake Coffee design is complete and has been submitted to FEMA for review and funding. We're also, as I've explained to you, trying to combine Lake Coffee with Buckeye Lake under the Helene pot of money. I think that's a possibility. We're struggling through the scenarios that go with that. But that design is done and we're ready to go to bid. I just need $30 million. So if the mayor can write me a check.
If we cut out the pizza.
29 million.
So some other good news that is outside of FEMA. The town has, it's connected to Helene, but outside of FEMA. We were awarded $10.875 million of grant for water sewer improvements, and this was outside of FEMA. So this will be dollars that will come directly to the town to pay for water and sewer improvements that are outside the damages for Helene. And we were one of very few applicants that were awarded those dollars, and we found out about that last 2 weeks ago. So that's good news.
That's huge.
Congressman Chuck Edwards is coming to visit the town with Mayor Abernathy on the 29th of this month. And the mayors will be taking him around Beach Mountain, showing him some things. This is extremely important to us. He has, political clout, and we want to make sure that he has a good visit to our town. Our budget workshop is scheduled for Friday the 30th at 8:30. I expect we'll go through till about 2 o'clock. We'll have something to eat when we get here. What I'd like, and Chris May will be facilitating that workshop. What I need to get out of that is where you want to go in 26, 27. And you're going to hear the same thing from me, that because I don't know where we're going to land with FEMA, I'd like to create a budget on what you would like to accomplish, but give me the ability to hold off spending money until we see what the bottom line is on the town. So that's on the 30th at 8:30. And the last thing I've got, I sent you a memo, but I'd like the public to know that proud to announce Police Sergeant Jeremy Franklin's promotion. He went through the assessment center. We promoted him. He's on the job. He's out there now, Sergeant Franklin. So if you can congratulate him and thank him for the job he's doing. Mayor, that's my report.
Very good. Alan?
One, I'd like to thank all the volunteers that go on the different committees that we have. It's really important for the town. We appointed TDA, I know. Dawn is very happy that she has a full group now. And I'd like to thank everyone that is coming off for their service, and then the new people that are going on. We really look forward to having you and working with you, and I'm sure Dawn will as well. And it's kind of on top of that, it's just that it's very important for people to be involved in the town. I know it's easy to sit back and say, oh, the town council's taking care of things, or I don't necessarily want to be on these different committees, but that's really the only way the town can work. So I encourage you to, if you're interested at all, please, stop and talk to the chairs of the different committees or the town councilmen and women, and if you have any interest, please let us know. Shout out to the EMTs, both the fire department EMTs and our full-time EMT paramedics that are up here with Watauga. They get very busy this time of year. There's an awful lot of calls for the ski resort and other things too. There are, and just a real appreciation to them, because they get called out, as Chief well knows, because he gets paid out every time as well. A lot of calls in the middle of the night, first thing in the morning, and thanks to them. And thanks my fellow councilmen and women. It's always a pleasure working with you. These are a great team of people. And if you ever have a chance to talk to them, take some time. Thank you very much.
2.5 years ago, when I decided to run for the council, people asked me why. And I said, one, I wanted to see business development within the mountain. And two, I wanted somebody to keep Widener in check. And I stated that on the
Go ahead,
night.
Stanford, what is?
Oh no, it's arts time.
But, and there's a lot of seriousness to that. In the 2 years I've been on the council along with Widener, he has totally changed my mind as far as the goofball he tries to come off as. This guy has worked tirelessly for this town. He has done above and beyond what I've seen any other council or mayor do. He's gotten down into Raleigh. He's gotten in front of the state legislature. He's gotten in front of some federal people. People know who we are now. And a lot of the stuff that we've been given, not given, but we've worked for, through the town staff and everything, is spearheaded by Widener. And I take my hat off to him, and he's buying dinner tonight.
He did. He did.
No, that was Jimmy.
Jimmy and I split it.
So anyway, no, it's been a pleasure working with Widener. I look forward to the next 2 years, and I look forward, especially with this council. In backtracking, Alan said about our fire department EMTs. I had a friend who needed the fire department EMTs before Christmas, and the family was extremely happy and not happy to have EMTs involved, but blessed of the service that was provided to them. And we have a great group of people up here, and it shows when the situations like that occur. Thanks.
We'll have a hard time beating that one, Stafford.
I don't know, is this a council meeting or a roasting?
I know where it's going.
No, I want to say, and I nominated Widener because he is the guy who's out there for us. He's looking out for the town, and he is trying to help find stuff. And all of us individually bounce stuff off each other all the time. And if I say to Widener, hey, I just saw something flash about this is out there, he's on top of it trying to find those funds and get them for this town. It's really amazing the amount of work that he's put into it. And, hats off to that. And, congratulations for being, voted in as the mayor again. Very proud of that. And Kelly as well as vice mayor. Very proud to have both of y'all and serve with y'all and my other council members down there. Get ready, you gotta run for election in 2 years, guys. Sorry. I haven't had a good opportunity here in the last 8 months to have coffee with folks in the town. It used to be one of my things, and it's just been really busy for me. A lot of things going on, Helene stuff happening too, for not only for the town but for the resort.
Getting married.
Getting married. Well, that was easy. But I'll try to get that back here in the next couple months. I can't promise I can do it coming up in January, but I'll see what I can do for February and put a couple days out there so we can all sit around, chat, and have some good coffee and conversation. It's an honor to serve on this board, and look forward to continuing for the next 4 years.
Very good. Vice Mayor?
Well, as usual, I'm last, so everybody covers everything. I want to say thank you for voting me in, and thank you to my members for putting me back as vice mayor. And I think it's great that we saw new blood come onto our boards. So if you weren't selected, keep applying, because there's other opportunities that are open. The last thing I have is the Beach Mountain History Museum is up for a USA Reader's Choice Award. And on their Facebook page is a link where you can go vote for them. So make sure that you vote for them.
Often.
Well, those are kind words that you guys said, and I appreciate it. I appreciate you having faith in and trusting me to show some leadership towards the direction that Beach Mountain's going in, and that goes for the ones that voted for me and supported me as well. The first time in history, we've never had congressmen, senators, we've never had any visits with people coming to Beach Mountain. And, I look at, back a few years ago, I think I was, with the resources that I had, I think I was handcuffed in the direction that this mountain could go in. And that's the reason that I've been so adamant and hit this and been driven so that we can untap these resources, these financial resources that are available. I think we're up to $30 million, $32 million. That is more.
Just added 10.8.
So we're up to $40 million, and this is money that has not come from taxpayers. It's unheard of in Beach Mountain, and I think that, just like with my work and my marriage, you know, and family, with a lot of hard work, you get lucky. And I think that we've been lucky. So I want to thank everyone for their support. As I think Kelly said, we've got some new blood that's on TDA. We do have some other people that showed interest, Tanya with the Whistle Pig, and also Jim Brooks. Hopefully we can get them on board down the road. But as I think Art said, you know, we need council. We all need help. We need to all pitch in. And it's nice that we've got a pretty good showing tonight with folks that are coming or attending our council meeting and staying in tune with what's going on. So in saying that, we are going into a closed session meeting. Hopefully it will be brief.
Well, we'll see, lawyers involved in such.
They're never brief.
So I need a motion to adjourn and go into closed session meeting.
Motion.
Second.
Microphones are on.
All right, I need a motion to re-adjourn.
Second.
Very good. And from our closed session meeting, I need a motion to accept the agreement with, between the town of Beach Mountain and BPC. All in favor?
Motion to
I think
accept.
we need a motion.
Need a motion?
Yeah.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Very good. Meeting's adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Here, you gonna take that cookie?